We live on YouTube right now. We only need 300 more subscribers before I can monetize on Instagram. Another stream of income. Let's go. We're gonna do it like it's supposed to be done. Now, I've been in Africa since about April 17th, late April, let's say that. 2 days ago, that made 5 months. Time flies, doesn't it? Time flies. Now, y'all seen a lot of Africa. Y'all seen the East, y'all seen the South. Y'all haven't seen the South, but I won't leave until y'all see the South, the country of South Africa. Y'all seen the South, the East Africa. Y'all haven't seen Burundi yet, but you've seen everywhere else. Ethiopia, some people count it, some people don't. Whatever. At the same time, what I got to realize is I don't have to stay in one continent for too long because there will always be a lap around. Just like how I'm going back to Thailand after being gone 5 months, 7 countries later, I'll go back to Thailand. I'm going back to Thailand in about 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I'll be back in Thailand in about 3 weeks. Somebody said Japan time. No, it is not. No, it is not Japan time. We ain't doing no more Asia until we're going to go back to Thailand one more time and maybe another time after that, but we ain't going to go to that side of Asia until we hit all of Latin America, or at least 7 countries. Well, hold on. Latin America is big, right? You got Paraguay, Uruguay, Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela, Suriname, Guyana, French Guyana, Panama, Chile, Argentina, and then we got what else we got? Nicaragua. When I go to Nicaragua, I'm starting my own cigar brand because that's where the best cigars come from, hands down. No, in Belize, in Bolivia, I'm sorry, Mexico, and then we got the Caribbean islands like Cuba, the DR, Haiti, which I'm gonna be going to Haiti. I won't be going to Venezuela either. And we got St. Lucia and all those other little French and English speaking islands and Spanish, Guatemala, all that over there. And I know what y'all, in Peru, I forgot to say that. Yes, I will return to Rwanda. I can't tell you when, but I will return one day. We got to go back to Latin America. And I'm going to tell y'all this. My mother has been crying. Yes, she's been crying. So when we go back to Latin America, before I go back to another continent, I'm going to stop by Texas for a little bit. A little bit. Don't hold my word to this, though. For a little bit. I'm going to see my family, some close friends, and then we're going to get back the fuck out of there. We got a $20 super chat from Rich Guy Rich. When do you plan on going to Ethiopia? I don't hear you talk about it much. Arguably the prettiest women in Africa there. There's so many beautiful women all over Africa. You really can't pick which one got the best. At this point, it's preference. And it ain't nothing about light skin and all that. Because they got light skins in the Congo. They got light skins in Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, and of course in the north. So they everywhere. So it ain't that. But I will stop by. The only time I was in Ethiopia when I was at the airport coming back to Nairobi. I don't think I'll stop there before I leave Africa. Yeah, somebody said stay overseas. That sounds like a better option. I do love and miss my mother, but Texas, oh my God. I don't know if I want to go back there. But I can always come back to Africa. There'll be a loop around. Yeah, they got light skins in the Congo. Look them up. Look them up, and they look good. They look good. But it's going to be a loop around. But y'all don't know. Damn, my voice cracked. Y'all don't know already seen a lot of Africa, right? Y'all seen Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Zambia, Senegal, Ghana, next South Africa. And I really want to do Reunion Island, but the way how much it costs to get around Africa. I just bought my plane ticket back to Thailand, because I got to go see my baby girl. And she's not Thai. But I just bought my plane ticket back to Thailand. The plane ticket to Thailand round trip was like $970 or something like that. Round trip. I can go from halfway around the world from an African country on an African airline to Asia, Southeast Asia, back to Africa for $970. But if I want to fly on the same continent from East Africa to Southwest Africa, it's $800 one way. It's more than 800. It's like 860 one way. That's before the Airbnb, and that's before the visa. Oh, the visa's damn near $200. So I gotta pay. It's gonna cost me $1,000 just to step foot in the damn country. That's before the taxi scam, because y'all know they're gonna scam me. Y'all know the taxi's gonna scam me. Don't let it be 1 o'clock in the morning. They're gonna get you. They're gonna get you for a $40 ride that should be $3. My first introduction to Africa, I was in Tanzania. I was in Dar es Salaam, coming from the airport. I'm supposed to pay $8 for this ride to my place. I ended up paying 40. I ended up paying 40. No sweat, though. It is what it is. The money's gone. But Ethiopia will be on the lap around, I'm thinking. The only reason that this is a topic I got to discuss is because I have an apartment here in Nairobi and I really don't want to lose it. I want to stay in the same spot. But I don't want to pay damn near $700 a month for a place I'm not even sleeping at. And I can't put it on Airbnb because people know where I stay at. There was never going to be any secret. People in my building already have recognized me in the elevator, and there's not going to be any hiding on where. Somebody on Instagram asked, how much is it to stay in Africa per day? Be ready to spend $100 per day if you outside all the time. Be ready for that. Now, if you stay inside and you cook and you don't go out and you got a girlfriend, you watch movies, you can get away with $20 a day or close to zero. But I'm not going to lie to you. So far, places like Medellin, Colombia, is cheaper than every African country I've been to. Like to fly to Medellin from Dallas, round trip was like $500. Round trip. To be in Medellin, you could show your ass with like $20, $30 a day. In Nairobi and Ghana, Senegal, we're not even gonna talk about them because they shit is high. In Nairobi, Dar es Salaam, you're not showing your ass with $20. Like a local that drives Uber isn't even showing his ass with $20. When I first got to Brazil in 2022, February 2022, for Carnival, I was lit in full all day off of like $18. That's in Rio. And Rio is a huge tourist destination. I went to Salvador. It gets even cheaper there. Now, for some reason, it wasn't cheaper for me because I was doing too much. But it's cheaper there. So I didn't go to 7 countries in Asia. I didn't go to 7 countries in South America. I did it in Africa because I love Africa a lot. It's not cheap though, but I love it. So I chose it. I was actually going to do 30 countries before I left here. But it's time to switch up the content a little bit. I really don't want to leave Nairobi. But Nairobi is, I haven't explored everything in Kenya, but I've done, y'all get, basically in Kenya, y'all get the idea. Somebody on YouTube said EJ says, after the Brazil situation, it's good to have a home base to dip off to, just in case. Yes, in Nairobi, I'm going to have 3 home bases. So I need a home in Nairobi, which I have. And I need one in Thailand or Vietnam because I love Vietnam. And then I need one in Latin America. I don't know which Latin American country though. Somebody on Instagram brought up taxes. We not talking about no taxes. Y'all got to read the tax code. Y'all got to learn how the United States work. The tax code was built for you to not pay it. That don't mean you don't file. That don't mean you're not gonna pay nothing. But you shouldn't be paying what you're paying, more than likely. Especially me. My job is to travel. All this shit is a write-off. So we can start there. But I had one of my Kenyan friends. She came over the other day just to stop by while I was cooking my meal that y'all talk shit about. And she put on some music from Cabo Verde, it sounds just like Brazilian music. And I felt it in my heart. I was like, damn, I got to get back to Latin America. I got to feel that one more time. I got to feel that again. Believe it or not, I can fly all the way back to Brazil for the same cost it would go to Cabo Verde, which is in the same continent I'm in right now. That's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know why it's this expensive to travel around Africa. But anyway, I seen one of my homeboys that I met, two of them that I met in Salvador. They're in Puerto Rico, I believe, on this video. And I just saw the back and I was like, yeah. I need to go taste that culture one more time. I need to go taste that experience one more time. Mr. Bobby Wright says Africa is a big continent, but let me tell you something. Africa is not as big as the distance from here to Thailand. It's not that big. So why is it cheaper to fly halfway across the damn world? We can't. You mean to tell me I'd fly to another subcontinent because the layover will be in India. I gotta fly to another subcontinent. Another subcontinent, and then go to another continent after that, and it's still cheaper than being in Africa? That doesn't make sense. That don't make sense at all. It really doesn't. Now, y'all know usually when I go from one country to the next, I'll say how I really feel. That won't be happening with Africa because Africa is great. There will be nothing bad to say about Kenya or Senegal or Tanzania, even though Tanzania, they think I talk shit about them when I really wasn't. There'll be nothing bad to say about those places. But Latin America has to be appreciated for its own vibe. Not to mention the endless amount of bikinis that y'all would love to see on video, because I know that's what y'all really want to see. That's what y'all really want to see. Now, I will say this about Africa. I have not seen too many bikinis in Africa. I don't know. The women are beautiful. I don't know why they won't throw in them bikinis and go to the beach. I don't know why. I don't know why. We would love to see it. We would love to see it. We would love to. I would love to see it. Shit. Now, thank you very much for that super chat. The next super chat is from JT Coin Rings. He says, hello, Auston in chat. Thank you very much for that super chat. Hello to you as well. Now, where will we go when I get back to Latin America? Somebody just brought up Trinidad. I don't know how I forgot about that one. That could be the first stop when I get back to Trinidad. We got to. The diaspora. Let me say this. Out of all diasporan countries in the world, England, France, United States, all that, Brazil and Trinidad is neck to neck, and they got something going on. They got something going on over there. Now, people keep bringing up in the comments that anything is better than the States. Y'all know I agree with y'all. Y'all know that. So I would rather stay in Africa and, be in Africa than be in the States. Let's just say that. Floyd right here, he says Argentina. Now, Floyd, I know you like them white girls, but just know that Argentina was a country in South America that once had 40% black population, and they wiped the motherfuckers out down to less than 1%. Just remember that when you go down there. Brazil had an 80% black population. They still at 60, 55, 60%. That's why we like Brazil, because we still got some love down. They do not love you in Argentina. I ain't been there yet, but just based off that one statistic, they do not love your ass. But where we gonna check out? I did a poll this morning. I said, should I go to Cuba? Did I put Cuba on the list? I know I put Peru, Colombia, Guyana, and I think Cuba may have been on the list. And Panama, that's what it was. Panama won so far. I've been in the airport in Panama. That was all I needed to see. So Caliso here on Instagram says, so the bikini vibe is common in swimming pools. I hope it is. I hope you wouldn't get fully dressed in the damn swimming pool. Or the coast at the ocean. No, it's not. Because even though there was a bunch of people at the coast and on the ocean in Senegal, in Dakar, there was not one bikini in sight. You don't believe me? Go look at the videos. That's why I like the fact that I'm a YouTuber, because y'all be saying I'm lying. Go look at the videos. It's on video. You can go look at it. No, I'm not staying in Westlands. No. Westlands is a ripoff. So we're going to go back to Peru first. I know y'all said Panama, but I'm thinking Peru, because you can get more for your money in Peru. In Panama, it's dollar for dollar, meaning that from the sound of that, it sounds like it might, besides Airbnbs, that cost of living, because I've seen the Airbnbs like $40, $50 a night. In the United States, the Airbnb started at $100 a night for a safe area. Otherwise, they'll be gangbanging outside for $80 a night. So the places in Panama are $40, $50 a night. But when it comes to buying drinks, I heard it's dollar for dollar. It's expensive. Just really, after being in Nairobi and being in Senegal, I've been paying US prices almost. Not for the places where I stay at, but when you go out, $20 here, $40 there, $30 there, it's just like being in the States when it comes to spending money on the town. Not on the Ubers, not on your Airbnb, but everything else, except for if you get like a section at a club or something, that's still a lot cheaper than it would be in the States. But you're pretty much paying the same dollar that you'd be paying in the States. Now, if y'all been watching me long enough, y'all know I had already booked a ticket to Peru. I was supposed to go to Peru instead of Sao Paulo when I left Brazil. But Peru was going through some sort of political revolution where they burned down like they version of the White House or something like that. It was something on fire that was a government building. So I ended up not going because they ended up sending Americans out. So I heard it straight now. So I'll go back now. I never got my money back. I had already spent like $600 going to $600 or $700 going to Peru. I didn't get none of that money back. So that was the L I took. But I'm gonna go back, and we're gonna try it again. Now we got another super chat right here from Johanna. He says, "Why do you say Westlands is a ripoff?" Westlands is a ripoff. I told y'all I stayed in a building that was built in World War II. I'm not even exaggerating. It was built in World War II. You took a shower, the water come running all out of the floor. You need a wet floor sign for that bathroom. You need a wet floor sign for that bathroom. And that was $1,300 a month. $1,300 a month pays 2 months in a 2-bedroom apartment, fully furnished outside of Westlands. So that's why Westlands is a ripoff. If I would have got this apartment unfurnished, my realtor told me it would have been a little over $300. Jesus Christ. A little over $300. So if you staying in Nairobi, do not stay in Westlands for a long time. For a short time, yeah. For a long time, no. Somebody said Nicaragua is underrated. It absolutely is. I met some Nicaraguans in the airport. What's going on, Stefan McIntosh? I met some Nicaraguans in the airport in Medellin. We still keep in contact right now. Who you worried about speaking Portuguese? Check this out. I know 4 languages now. Y'all need to start traveling. And you need to, I know people say, oh, you need to learn Swahili. Look, Swahili does not work outside of East Africa, from my understanding. I can't take Swahili to America with me. I can't take it to Europe with me. I can't take it to Asia. But unfortunately, there was colonialism. So now I can take English to every continent. I can take Spanish to every continent. I can take French to almost every continent. I can take Portuguese to 3 continents. 4 continents. I'm sorry, 4 continents. Asia, yeah, 4 continents. You can take Portuguese to. So that's why I haven't learned Swahili yet. Not that I wouldn't. Anywhere where I stay an extended period of time, I will learn a local language. Now, I did a vlog today and we were talking about, can you find a wife in Nairobi? Make sure y'all tune in because it'll be on there after that. I see some people testing my Portuguese over here in the comments right now. He says, eu acho eles quero ser, talvez vou pagar para você avisa. I think they want, no. Ooh, I don't, see, I can hear Portuguese. I can listen to it better than I can read it, I guess. Or you wrote that wrong. However, I will pay for your advisory. I'm looking for you to pay for that. When will I come to Angola is what you said, Pedro. So I need to do, that's the only reason why I'm on this chat today. I want y'all to tell me, are y'all ready for me to go back to Latin? I'm going to do South Africa next in Africa. But are y'all ready for me to go to Latin America after that? JM, you said I lied. I did not learn Thai. I won't be learning Thai. You want to know why? Because Thai does not work outside of Thailand. Thailand did not colonize anybody. Therefore, they only speak Thai in Thailand. There's too many countries to learn a language that works in one country. For the basics, you need to learn the 4 languages that were colonized by the world: English, French, Portuguese, and Spanish. You can get around the whole world if you know all those languages. You can get around the whole world. So I'm going to put a poll in the chat. And I'm going to read some more super chats because I'm back. I'm going to put a poll in the chat. And I want y'all to tell me if y'all want to see more African countries. So I put a poll in the chat if y'all want to see more African countries after South Africa or go to Latin America. This doesn't mean Africa is over with. Because I'll forever come back to Kenya. Kenya is a damn vibe. But after South Africa, do you want me to go to more Africa? Only one more or 2. Rocky in real time talking about you know none of them. Motherfucker, I can speak all 4 of those languages. Ram Bizzle says, please peep Malaysia before going back to Thailand. You will love it, Auston. I appreciate that super chat, but I don't know if I'm going to Malaysia. Not right now. One day I'm going to go to every country that's safe to go to. But Malaysia, I don't know about that right now. Thailand's already gonna be enough because Thailand has that bad air quality. But I'm going back. Thank you for the super chat. Vince Garrett says no, not Trinidad, Tobago. I'll do both of them. I'm gonna do both of them. She says come back to Kenya instead. We miss you. I've been in Kenya for 8 days now. I'll be in Kenya a little over a month this time. I own a barbershop. Do you miss being a barber? Hell no. Ain't nothing I miss about being a barber. Had me with plantar fasciitis and looking out the window, looking at the sun go up and down. I'm getting y'all ready for a Friday. And at the end of that Friday, I'm tired. Too tired to hang out with y'all. And they used to be like, Auston, why you so dry? I just worked 12 hours, getting all y'all ready. I had to get my money right. So it ain't nothing I miss about being a barber. I sit in front of this computer all day. I'll sit in front of this computer all day and do my back extension so I can keep my posture right. Rocky in real time, talking about, yeah, right. You can't construct a simple. You speak some languages. My Portuguese actually got stronger once I left Brazil because it had to marinate my mind. Critical thinking, something your ass don't do. Now, we already read that one. So Soul T Ball says, thank you for the $10 super chat. Thank you very much. Rich Guy Rich says, when do you plan on doing a Middle East tour, specifically Dubai? It's a beautiful place. Also, don't sleep on India. Gorgeous women there. I was supposed to go to India after I left Thailand, but I had enough bad air quality, and I know India's air quality is no better. So I skipped it, but I will go back and I will tour 2 or 3 cities in India. For sure. But just know that the journey doesn't stop just because I didn't finish the whole continent. I'm going to do it like I told y'all before. I'm going to do another lap around. So when I come back to Africa next time, I'm going to do 10 more countries that I didn't do the first time. When I go back to Asia, I'll go back to Vietnam or Thailand, and then I'll do the other countries like Malaysia, Indonesia. What's the other one that speaks Portuguese down there? Whatever it is. It's something with a T that speaks Portuguese in Asia, Southeast Asia. We'll do those. Japan, China. We'll do those. We're not going to Mongolia because they don't even like foreigners over there, from what I've heard from a lot of people. And it's very dangerous for foreigners. So we'll do all those on the next go around. But Latin America, we will for sure on the first lap around do Peru, Colombia, more cities in Colombia because I only went to Medellin. We're going to do Cali, Barranquilla, all that. Guyana, Suriname, Paraguay, Uruguay, Chile, Bolivia, Nicaragua, El Salvador, since it's safe now. The president went and got rid of all the murderers in El Salvador, so we'll go there too. And we'll go to Cuba too. And then we'll go to Europe. And then we'll do another lap around the world again. We'll do it all over again. Costa Rica too. We'll do that too. I'll be in Latin America maybe 6 months. Now, if you're on Instagram and you really want to see the rest of the live stream, go to YouTube. Auston Holleman is a YouTube. Thank y'all for watching. Now, the Middle East, we will do that. I will do Israel, the UAE. I don't know about Saudi Arabia. I'll do some more research on that. But Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, believe it or not, from what I've heard, Pakistan is actually not it's not, I don't know if it's war torn or not still, but it's still a safe place to visit. So we'll do Pakistan as well. Won't do Afghanistan. Now, I don't do dumb shit now. He said, you talking about bad air quality, you smoke cigars. Don't talk about that. We're not going to talk about the cigars right now. Late to the chatter. Now we got another super chat right here. Another $20 super chat, guys. Thank you very much for dropping all these super chats. We are almost at the $200 goal for the day. If everybody would drop your question. If I get $30 more in super chats, we're gonna open up the panel, and we're gonna allow 3 people on the panel, excluding me, so 4 people in total. We want to allow 3 people on the panel. The first 3 people free. If you would like to join and give your input on where you'd like me to go and something about Latin America or anything on the topic, after those 3 people, it'll be $5 to join, because I see y'all like Sunday's chat a lot. So hit the Cash App or the super chat for $5 after those first 3 people. I'll let y'all know whenever we get that 200, whenever we get to that mark. $30 more. I'm sorry. Salty Balls says Grenada or a smaller Caribbean countries. Y'all sleep on Grenada too. There's so many countries in the Caribbean that you could go to. I don't think they're all lit, though. They're all beautiful, but I don't think they're all lit. But y'all better believe I'm going there before hurricane season. We don't need Donald Trump out there throwing no more paper towels at nobody else. Thank you for the $20 super chat, but Grenada is on the list. It's so many places, so much liveliness, so much culture in South America, Central America. It can't be missed. This time when I go to Central America, I'm looking for El Dorado, the Golden Road. Y'all remember that movie? I'm going there looking for that. I'm looking for the Golden Road when I go back to Central America. That's what I'm looking for this time. Another super chat from Salty Balls. He says, at Auston Holleman, got your ass. Not a troll, just a mascot. I support you. I support our brethren. Thank you very much. I support you as well. Thank you for supporting me. What up, Austin? Would you ever consider Guinea? I know what you're talking about. Ecuador in the future, the only Spanish-speaking country. Yes. Yes. I would. Not on this trip, though. It's too many. It's like 54 countries in Africa. You guys will get tired. You guys need some variety. I've tried to give y'all the variety. Like variety, most YouTubers in this space aren't going to Zambia, Senegal, and Rwanda and Uganda. They're not. Most YouTubers go to Ethiopia, Kenya, South Africa, Ghana, and Nigeria. So I try to go off the beaten path, but I know you guys, y'all want to see some diversity on the content. Same way how you want to see more than women, y'all want to see culture and, cliffs and villages and all that. I'm doing all that. But y'all want to see some villages in the Amazon too, right? I know y'all want to see that. I want to see it too. Thank you very much for that super chat. We need a collaboration with the old gang, Fred and Floyd. Get your passports. It's that bad. I got that officially trademarked last month. It came in that it's no longer just paid for. It's like, actually, you can't do that. Too bad I'm not using that slogan anymore, but it's still mine. Thank you very much for that $5 super chat. And thank you for being around since day one. I've been seeing you since like August. Let me shut this door real quick. Now, y'all know I just recently got a cat. I've had this cat for a little, like maybe 30 hours. I'm taking him back to his mama because I'm allergic. Y'all hear me sniffing right now? Got to take the cat back. But when I go back to Latin America, Fred and Floyd are both in Brazil right now. I know for sure if I go back to South America, Floyd will be in Peru if I go there. We know Floyd will be there. We know Floyd. Now Fred is about to get married. Don't tell him I told you. Fred is about to get married, so he'll come out there. He just might not be able to stay as long. But I want to see that collab too. Fred and Floyd and I, we had some good times in Brazil. That's the three amigos right there. That's the ultimate collab right there. Fred, Floyd, and Auston. Rich Guy Rich says, tell us a story about Somalia and why you decided not to go there. Let me open this back door and I'm going to get back to that. Now, Somalia is a beautiful country, but they have Somalia and they have Somaliland. Somaliland is apparently the safer version of Somalia. Somaliland does not have as much violence as Somalia. Somalia, from what I've been seeing, and it doesn't seem far-fetched, because at one point they ran the U.S. Embassy out of there. Right now, it's considered to be a war zone. And plus, you guys may have remembered that there was a woman. This is before I knew that Somalians couldn't just date anybody. I had a Somalian chick I took to the safari, and I called hell behind it. I called death threats and all kind of shit. And they told me if I ever came to Somalia, they'd kill me. So it's not even worth the risk. Because those people, you got to take them serious. I mean, look at what's going on in their country. I wouldn't take them too lightly. So that's what happened. Thank you for that $20 super chat. You dropping so much bread today. Thank you very much. Top Hill says, shout out to you, bro. Never be stagnant. What neighborhoods would you suggest Americans stay in Nairobi? I thought Westlands was a spot. Westlands is the spot. You got all the nice restaurants. My tailor is usually in Westlands. All the nice malls are in that area. There's nice malls everywhere, though. All the nice malls in that area. The beautiful women are flooded in that area. The skyscrapers, everything is in that area. That's Westlands is where you need to be at. But for short-term stays, if you're going to stay in Nairobi longer than a month, get an apartment in Upper Hill, anywhere. Kilimani is expensive too, but anywhere outside of Kilimani in Westlands, and I think maybe even Parklands too. It's not as far as you think. Like I stay in Upper Hill. With no traffic at nighttime, it's 8 minutes to get here. Now during the daytime, like anytime after 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, 6:30, if you don't take the expressway, it'll take you 2.5 hours to drive the 8-minute distance. Like Troy stays in Westlands. He stays in a nice part of Westlands. He stays where you need to stay at, but it's very expensive to stay there. Y'all heard what he said his rent was on video. He said it on video, so I'll say it. His rent was like $3,000 a month for that place. Now that's a 3-bedroom, right? But still, it's US. That's what I was paying in Dallas. I was paying like $1,100 in Dallas for a 1-bedroom. Half the price what I paid in Dallas, I'm paying here. Well, almost half the price. I'm paying here for a fully furnished apartment, 2-bedroom here in Upper Hill. So you make the decision on what you think is best. But take my word for it. I've been out here almost 4 months now. Salty Balls, another $20 super chat. You must got some bread in the bank account. Song of Holleman board, that iron chariot shot your feet in foreign lands. Take, this is like a poetry he wrote me right here. He says, take to thine bosom of the bridges of the tropics, rebuke the thine western she. Hitherly forsake thine bitter and corpulent ones, for they are septum sorcerers. Thank you very much for that Bible script, because that sounds like very old English, but I appreciate that super chat. I will do that. I'm assuming you tell me go back to the Western Hemisphere for a bit. I think that's what we're going to do. Eddie Washington says, nephew, I love to see travel the world doing your thing. Rumble, young man, rumble. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Thank you very much for inspiring me to continue traveling. It won't ever stop. It won't ever stop. We're going to keep going around the world. I'm going to show y'all everything. That way y'all know everywhere y'all need to go. Thank you for that super chat. Now, I'm getting about 30 messages every 10 seconds. So if you really want me to see your message, drop a super chat. We got another one right here. Oh, we already read that one. See, that's how far behind I am. Now, one thing I miss about Latin America. When I said West, I wasn't talking about the United States. I was talking about the Western Hemisphere, meaning like South America too. One thing I love about Latin America is that damn music. That music in Latin America is undefeated. I love Afro beats. I got dozens of Afro beats on my phone because I only know what they play when I go out, which is not hundreds, it's dozens. I got dozens of Afro beats on my phone. I love Afro beats. But Latin music is just a whole vibe by itself. It's like a drug. You got to get that drug every now and then. You got to go to Latin America. If you have not been to Latin America, you are missing out. Why do y'all think I couldn't leave Brazil? I was only supposed to be in Salvador for 1 month. I stayed 4 months. I couldn't leave. Have you done Asia versus Africa versus South America? I'm assuming he was saying video. No, but that's coming up. I won't forget. Somebody right here, Aaron B says Spanish is the best language, not French. Portuguese is the best language. If you have not heard Portuguese or learned Portuguese, you need to learn it right now. Put in a 1 in the chat if you want to see me go on a rant before I open up the panel. Give me something to go on a rant about real quick because I'm in the right mood for a rant. Plus, we know we all miss that affection that you get in South America. Not saying that women aren't affectionate anywhere else in the world, but in South America, you can fall in love with the first woman you meet. This motherfucker. JM says if you need to learn a language that would be useful worldwide, you need to learn Chinese. I have not met an African that knows Chinese. I have not met a white American that knows Chinese. I have not met a Brazilian that knows Chinese. What the hell are you talking about? Get off of Google. Because I know Google says, if you Google what's the most spoken language in the world, it says Chinese. That's because they got the biggest population. Guess what? They're all in one place. The people that speak Chinese are damn near all in China. To be honest, the language that's known there's not a person on this planet that does not know English in each country. I mean, there's not a country that has at least less than 1 million people that does not know Chinese. You can go to China. They know Chinese because they on Alibaba trying to get you to buy something. You can go to India. They were colonized by the Chinese. You can go to Thailand. They for sure know, not Chinese, English. English. You can go to every country in Africa. They know English in each one of them. Somebody knows English at the airport. A taxi driver knows English. Somebody at the restaurant knows English. The hotels know English. Your Airbnb host knows English. In South America, you got people. My landlord in Salvador, even though nobody in Salvador pretty much speaks English, like maybe 10, 20%, she knew English. English is the number one language. They call that the language of business. English is the most spoken language in the world, not Mandarin. Even a Chinese person would agree with me. So get off Google. I did not start sniffing until I got back in this apartment where this cat here is at. I got to get rid of this cat. It would have made more sense if you would have said Spanish. Spanish colonized damn near every country in the Americas except for the United States, Belize, Canada, and maybe and hell, they had a good portion of the United States for a while. Spanish is worldwide. It's in Africa, only in one country, but it's in Africa. It's in Spain. And let's not forget, people in Europe know a lot of the other European languages. You got Germans that know English and Spanish and French. You got French that know English, Spanish, and German. That's what Europe is like. The Europeans I met outside of Europe, they all know other European languages. Salty Balls with another $20 super chat. Thank you very much for so much love again. He about to make me open up the chat. $20 more, and I'm gonna open up the chat. Because I think we about to hit that $200 mark. He says, forsake the West. Beasts of Babylon who ride on 100,000 horses live here. They breathe fire and brimstone and look to recruit eunuchs into their ministry of symmetry. Parables about Auston the Traveler. Tales about tranquility. Yes, and in so many words, he just described why you should not go back to the Matrix, including me. And if you're in the Matrix, you need to get up out of there. It's a Matrix. I heard y'all paying $40 for chicken now at the grocery store. You know, the United States got so expensive at one point, I was cooking all my meals. I was cooking all my meals at one point in the United States. I was like, it's too expensive to eat out at Payway and Chipotle and La Madeleine every day. Because that's what they had in Dallas. I started shopping at the grocery store. Chipotle, I spend about $9 or $10, $11. I get a bowl and some guacamole and chips. If I were to buy all those same things at the grocery store, at Tom Thumb, not Walmart. Walmart got meat that still got fucking fat on it. I started buying stuff at the grocery store. If I bought the same thing, I would get chicken, pico, lettuce, guacamole, black beans, brown rice. If I were to get all that at the grocery store, I would either spend the same amount or more. So I told myself, what's the point in me coming to Tom Thumb every day and I'm dropping $20 for lunch and dinner when I can go to somewhere, get it pre-made, made like that on the spot for $10 twice, same amount of food. That's how they said it's gotten more expensive than that in the States. And y'all got the people from Latin America. Y'all got the Ukrainians. Y'all got the Russians, the Latin Americans. And they coming over there assaulting people. They taking y'all food stamps. They robbing people. I don't think I need to go. Shout out to Greg Abbott. See, Greg Abbott was misunderstood because he knew in Texas what we were dealing with the crime from the immigrants. And people are like, oh, he's racist. People in these democratic states like New York, oh, he's racist. So guess what Greg Abbott did? He bust them up to New York. Now in New York, they complained about the immigrants. You see how I feel? Now y'all know Texas and Florida not making it up. Now, it's not all the immigrants, but it's enough to be a problem. That's the issue. It's enough of them doing it to be a problem. So if New York is complaining about it, shit is really going downhill. And that's why I said shout out to Greg Abbott. He's a racist. He is a racist. Him and what's his name out of Florida? DeSantis. They're both racist. But shit, they got some level of common sense. Of all, I'm about to open up the chat. Of all thine coinage in all thy riches, it all totals to Lizzo's worth of wage for a day. Thine guild of merchants are dear brethren, sends their regards and God's sakes from thine treasure chest and King Jerome versions of scrolls. Thank you very much for that super chat. I'll read you out loud with this Bible verse. Yeah, California, Florida, Texas, New York, they feeling the immigration problems now. The liberals had control of the United States for a while. You see that flipping now, right? Let's see. The liberals want the immigrants to cause more issues. The liberals want everybody to be gay. They want y'all to take more GMO food. See, I can go crazy. That ain't enough for you to get the hell up out of there? That's not enough? I had to stop watching Fox News about 6 months ago. I had to. I was in a state of peace and I was like, I can't even watch what y'all dealing with over there. Y'all know Fox News tells the truth. They lie a lot though. And they pump a lot of propaganda, but for the most part, they tell the truth to y'all. You got to watch Fox and CNN to know the truth, and ABC, and MSNBC. You got to watch all of them because they all lying. So shout out to the governor of Texas. Y'all might not like him. Trust me, he's been on the right thing for a while now. Jam, I'm gonna bang your ass in a minute. Fox News does lie. I mean, they do some bullshit sometimes. I'm afraid for you to go back to Brazil. I know you have a love for Brazil. It is really worth it. You have learned in your travels that there are beautiful women all over the world. I risk it. I appreciate your $10 super chat, but let me do what I do. And I appreciate your concern, but I got it. But I didn't say Brazil on that list. If I go back to Brazil, y'all won't know. Keep dealing with Sleepy Joe. Before leaving USA, did you have a saying? What did you use for your savings? Yes, I did. And I got some more money when I got out of the States too. What did you use for your income apart from YouTube? Believe it or not, I left. So I'm a very risky guy, right? I don't wait. The next super chat from Andre Loves Crossing Borders. He's even a guy that told me to make sure I had a certain amount saved up. I was like, nah, I'm going to take the risk. I was 23. That's how we think. I would still think like that at 33, but I don't. If you want to do anything great and if you want to achieve anything you really want, you got to take a risk. And this is him right here. Andrea Loves Crossing Borders with the 40,000 Colombian peso says, with all the bad politics, high prices, and immigrant benefits, North America's and New South America, absolutely. Y'all be talking about the drug cartels in Brazil and Colombia. The States is the same thing. You got the trafficking, you got the people from Venezuela, and I only know what the news tells me. And from what people tell me, you got the people from Venezuela out there kidnapping and assaulting people. You got all this stuff going on. The North America, at least for the United States, for the most part, it's not no different. That's why when you go to places like Brazil and Colombia, you hear that, they're so full of crime. They're so full of crime. If you move properly in the States, you'll move properly in Brazil. You'll move properly in Medellin. I never got drugged or robbed in Medellin. Now you can see that it's possible. But it's no different than being in South Dallas. It's no different than being in Newark, New Jersey. It's no different than being in Miami. They got the same stuff. Andre, I'm coming out there to Colombia like in a matter of a few months. I'm coming to Cali. I'm gonna come out there and holler at you. Thank you for the super chat. You more Afro Latin looking. Go back to South America. That's because I have Creole. My mother's Creole. That's why I had that look. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much. So we will open up the chat. We will open up a panel really quick. I'm about to drop the invite link and I'm gonna pin it to the top. Let's look at this poll. 67% of people said more African countries after South Africa. Okay. I'll give y'all one more. We'll go to a Portuguese speaking country. We'll decide on that in a little while what that poll, what that country will be. I just pinned the invite link to the top of the chat. If you'd like to join, go ahead and join. Oh yeah, all of Dallas is wild. All of Dallas is wild. I almost had to pull a pistol out on somebody. I at the gas station at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I just opened up the panel. Y'all drop the $200 goal for the day. Let's see if we missed any super chats. Rich Turner sent a $20 super chat. He said, "Salute D-Town, homie. Thank you very much. Salute to you as well." We already read that one. And Ahmad says, "Auston, before you go back to Brazil, make sure things are okay so you don't get arrested." I've already checked all that with 3 different lawyers. They all said my name was nowhere ever in the system. It was strictly just propaganda that was put on the news because the lady that had me put on the news knew people at the news station. She had enough influence to do that. But there was never any investigation, no warrants, none of that. So nobody's joining. Y'all paid the $200. Nobody's joining the call link. It's booked to the top. Okay, we got one person in the back now. It's booked to the top. Click it. Now, we're going to put the 4 Portuguese-speaking countries in Africa. One of them y'all never even heard of. I know it. Let's see. We're going to add these countries. Because after South Africa, we're going to do this and we're going to go somewhere else. We got Angola, Mozambique, Cabo Verde, and Sao Tome. Y'all never heard of Sao Tome. I'm pretty sure most of y'all have not. So I just started that poll. Y'all vote on the poll. Y'all tell me what y'all want to see next. We'll go to South Africa, and then we'll go there. Is Portuguese harder than Spanish to learn? Yes. But once you learn Portuguese, you can understand Spanish very well. And just because I don't go to these other countries right now does not mean I won't ever go. The flights don't stop just because I leave the continent. I can always go back around. Don't worry. You'll be tuning into this channel traveling around the world for the next 2 years. So, also, guys, we are a little over 100. No, We are a little over 1,000 subscribers away from being at the 80,000 subscriber mark. Shit. Angola's not French, it's Portuguese. Matter of fact, Brazil helped Angola fight for independence against Portugal. So that's how you know they speak Portuguese. A lot of YouTubers don't go to Angola, so that might be the move. So we got 3 people in the back. These are the first 3 people for free. If you would like to join the chat, donate a $5 super chat. I mean, a $5 super chat or Cash App at the bottom, $ Cash App, Auston Holleman. And then we'll put you up. And you could pay for somebody to be booted off the panel. If they don't want to be booted, they got to pay $5. But they get 15 minutes up here right now.
Yo.
What's going on?
What up?
Hey, man, I got a question, dog. All right, so I know you probably done went over this a lot in your videos, but to get to Africa, right? Like, I see the prices is crazy.
Yes.
The prices is crazy. Say if I want to go to somewhere like that's not like an English speaking country, would that be more dangerous for me or safer? Like, I know like Africa and you know what I'm saying, every place is ain't, good everywhere, but should I start off going somewhere where I can communicate?
I would say so, yes. Because if you don't speak their language or whatever language they're speaking, it won't be dangerous for your safety. It can be, but it'll be dangerous for your pocket.
Facts.
They will once they realize you don't speak French or Spanish or Portuguese, they're gonna start scamming.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I think that's like one of the most important things when you finna, traveling and really like take it seriously. That's, you gotta learn the culture. You gotta learn the language. Like, I've been on Duolingo on Portuguese and on Spanish heavy. So like when I go to South America, I'm gonna be straight. I could talk spicy, crazy, funny. You know what I'm saying? That's just that chemistry right there.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie. One thing I like, Austin, that you do is like you keep it honest. You know what I'm saying? Like you stay true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't like, you okay with switching up. You know what I'm saying? If it's all about the women at first, which is good. So we fucking with that. But then you switch it up and you showing like, good spots to eat, good spots to be. You know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff. Like you made that switch kind of seamlessly. Like it wasn't no problem. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, I appreciate that. Yeah, because getting women in the videos is a headache.
Yeah, it can be.
I'm tired of dealing with women like that. That doesn't mean I'm gay though. I'm just saying, like, I'm just tired of, oh, take my video down. I don't want to deal with that shit all the time.
What? Man.
Y'all, because most of the women out there in my videos, we've slept together, right? Of course.
Yeah.
We
fall out, and now they want the videos to come down. That's not happening.
Okay, so do you think you will find like a woman that you want to be with forever, like a wife in Africa or like somewhere outside the United States? Or like you think like you'll still might find one in America?
The chances of American is like super slim because I've met Americans in Thailand, Tanzania, Kenya, Ghana. They're on the same bullshit, even outside the country. So that being said, it's like they're not giving me any hope that if I do go back, it's even worse there. So right now, though, it's looking like Africa and South America for sure.
I'm definitely happy to see you coming back to South America.
Where would you like me to go?
Argentina or some shit. I know it's some black people in Argentina.
Less than 1%. Less than 1%. So I was talking about that earlier. When they liberated the slaves, they had 40% black population. They're so racist down there. They wiped them out down to less than 1%.
Damn. What
I think
about
that's
like Chile? Chile.
Can
That's
you hear
South
me?
America.
Oh, this shit
I don't
ain't
know.
on.
Let me Google that. What's the black population in Chile?
That's like, I don't think it's no niggas there.
Nah, I think it is. It's they said only 8,400 people, so 4.7%.
Hello? Okay, now. I'm definitely happy to see you coming back to South America, bro, because you know what I'm saying. You was that's you, bro. You was on another cloud, bro. Like I said, you gonna go through the roof when you hit South America. Trust me.
I feel that. I feel that. It's the whole vibe down there is my personality. I love Africa though, but South America is that perfect fit, I think.
And it seems like you got more interest coming from South America.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean by that?
It seems like, you know what I'm saying, people like when people go to South America. People hit
Yeah.
South America and their views go through the roof. Even though like you put the voting up there and the votes say Africa, it seems like when people hit South America, their numbers go through the roof.
Yeah. Yeah, South, because I think more people are familiar with South America.
You been like to Honduras?
No, in
All
South
that.
America, in Colombia and Brazil.
That's central. That's okay. Colombia and Brazil. I know Brazil got a lot of niggas in Brazil. That's where
And
most of the slaves went.
let me
Yeah,
ask you this. As a solo traveler, bro, do you get lonely doing all this stuff by yourself?
Yeah.
That would drive me crazy what you doing, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like all the time though. I was like, damn.
yeah. So I wouldn't say lonely, but you do have a feeling like damn, I wish I had a travel buddy with me. But it's not lonely for me though, because I'm always doing something because I'm a YouTuber. So if I ever feel lonely, I'm thinking, okay, what content can I create? But if I wasn't a YouTuber, I probably would feel like that.
And I also want to say this to the panel, like you're the only one that's right now, like to me, a world traveler, bro, because like you don't come back to the United States for the 9 to 5 job like everybody else, bro. And you have consistently been doing this for 11 months, bro. And I want to give you props on that.
Thank you. Thank
Thanks.
you. It's
Appreciate it. Let me get
easy.
back in.
It's not easy. Some countries are a flop, like Zambia. For content wise, it didn't do that well. So not going back to the United States is like, damn, okay, I got to go somewhere else where I'm gonna make some more money off the content. So it could be stressful because I post every day too.
So like that's like the driving force is like finding a spot that you know you can get good content as well as do your thing on the side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and Kenya is that place I can get good content here, but believe it or not, I'm going live because I didn't record shit today because I was having too much fun.
Right.
So the balance is hard once you find a place that, okay, I really like this place and I get good content. But then you get distracted with women, you get distracted with drinking, you get distracted with putting yourself in there. Especially out here in Nairobi, you would get distracted with women. They're everywhere. Everywhere.
Right.
Gotta
One thing I be thinking about when like watching the vids and shit is like, what if you came back to the States? Johns will probably be on your body so crazy just because what you're doing on the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And it'll all be like fake love, fake energy. You know what I'm saying? So like it'd be hard to come back to the States.
It's fake. I think about that every day. I think about what it would be like if I got back to Texas. Even here in Kenya, my name has gotten so big in Nairobi. Everywhere I go to, somebody notices me. The grocery store, the gym, every restaurant I go to, every bar, everybody notices me here. Everybody. So I know if I get back to the States, it's evil because they make it the majority of my audience. Because Kenya only represents 20%. The United States represents like 56%. So
Yeah, Brandon G hit a real point. That fake love.
that's all
You're
it
gonna
is.
get a lot of it.
Yeah.
A
Yo,
lot
my
of
bad.
that,
My audio.
especially in Dallas. I'm telling you.
especially in Dallas.
I'm telling you.
Nah. And see, I think that's another thing. Like, you come from a good perspective. Like, you're not coming from like, like let's say you had like plenty of money when you first started or whatever. You came from like a barber, like you went to school, you quit that. Like, that's a pretty common place for most people here. So like, it's possible for niggas to go travel. You know what I'm saying? Make their bread off the traveling, do what they want to do, be free. So
To be honest, if you want to travel the same way I'm traveling, you only need $5,000 a month.
that's the income you need to bring in, or that's profit.
That's all. If you want to travel around South America, you would only need
Right.
you stay in each country. You could stay in a different country every month for $5,000 a month, and you would still have at least $1,500 to $2,500 left over every month.
But
For
the
example,
content got to bring flavor though.
So you can't really feel inflation in the other countries like you do, like we do here.
not really, no, because it's inflation to them, but it's not so much to us because it's still cheap to us. So, if you want to stay in Salvador, a month in Salvador, I paid $700 for Airbnb in the tourist zone. Even if I was outside the tourist zone, it'd been cheaper. $700. The flight would cost you. Let's say you're coming from the States. Let's say it costs you one way $700. That's $1,400. You still got what $3,500 almost left over. If you're not
Right.
spending your money, you still got enough money to go to Peru after that. So it's not as expensive as y'all think. You don't need to make 20 grand a month to do what I'm doing.
I be hearing
Anybody,
you when you say that. Like, I be hearing you when you say that. That's a big thing. Like, you said traveling in Africa is expensive. Like, to go from place to place. I think Chick he tipped you with like take the train type shit. You know what I'm saying? Taking the train, you can get places for a lot cheaper than flying. But yeah, I understand. Like, it really ain't that expensive to do a lot of things. We just kind of make it seem that way. I feel like.
it feels like that because you're coming from the States. So what you pay for a
Fact.
flight to go from Salvador Bahia, Brazil to Peru is what you would pay to go from Dallas to New York, and you're still in the same country. But here you went to the other side of the continent of South America.
Right.
So
Whole
it's
different
still
vibe.
all right. Yeah.
Hey, but what African country would you suggest for somebody that wanted to live there? You know what I'm saying, long term for life. That's like chill. You can do stuff, but it's
So far, the easiest place and the most enjoyable place is still Nairobi.
Nairobi.
The place that you could live long term, I would say, is Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya, Senegal, and even Ghana. But Senegal, the scamming was getting my damn nerve. It was too much. It was. I got scammed at the airport. I got scammed at the restaurants, the
Damn,
tourists,
Yeah.
like
playing.
the people walking down the street are constantly trying to get you to buy something. Somebody in front of you orders something in French or Wolof. They tell you one price. You're right behind them. You get a different price because you don't speak French.
Right.
In Kenya, it's not
But
like that.
that's
It's not like that overall.
something we don't deal with a lot here in the States. That's like a third world problem, like little street hustlers and shit.
Yeah, you don't deal with. Yeah, that's definitely outside the states. You don't see people lined up at the red light trying to sell you stuff. But everywhere I've been to in the world, it's like that.
I'm trying to get it by any means.
Yeah, so
Tanzania.
if you can make $5,000 a month, you can go almost anywhere in the world outside of Western Europe and places like Singapore. But outside of that,
they the same price as us. They the same. Like money is the same over there in Europe, right?
Currency? No.
Yeah.
No.
Actually, I think the pound and the euro is more valuable than the dollar.
Oh, so that shit costs.
So like I think isn't $1 like 90 cents over there or something like that?
Damn.
Yeah, so it's
I don't even want to lie.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Let me see how much €1 is.
10 cents.
I think
10 cents a month.
isn't like Sweden like the most expensive place in the world?
Yeah, and I've never been outside the airport, but looking at the way how the airport is set up, yeah, you could tell that they're on the U.S. level for sure. So it's like 93 cents for $1 US.
Damn. I thought US was the top of the top. Shit. If you Europe.
Used to be.
Somebody said $5,000 a month in Western Europe is even good. I don't know. I'll go find out and tell y'all, but yeah, Africa. But Africa, $5,000 a month, you can do it here too, but you cannot kick it every day. No. If you go to South America, you can live like you're a millionaire every day. You go to Tanzania, you can live like a millionaire every day. Nairobi, you could too, but it'll catch up with you. It'll catch up fast, actually.
I'm feeling
You talking about fast.
some shit like that, Uganda or something.
Because
the visa. You gotta pay. You gotta get your visa ahead of time.
Yeah. To get into most African countries, you gotta buy a visa. Senegal, you don't. Zambia, you don't. Tanzania, you don't. You can buy it on the spot. But Senegal and Zambia is free. Yeah. But Ghana, Ghana, they want to do a year of return where all the U.S. Americans can come back, Black Americans can come back, but you got to pay $150 plus to get in. It doesn't make sense.
So you paying for that dual citizenship? How that work? Like, so is that citizenship you paying for?
No, that's just to get in the country. That's just a step. Yeah.
You I know you said like Ghana was kind of a crowd was kind of like hit or miss or whatever. You feel like it was kind of overhyped, or you just think it wasn't for you type shit?
100%. Accra, the city of Accra is overhyped. Yeah.
In the States, that's the first place they say go.
Yeah, don't go to Ghana first. Don't go to Ghana.
Hell nah.
Go to Kenya first and go to Tanzania first.
I'd be here in Nigeria. Not go to Nigeria first.
I haven't been to Nigeria, but people were telling me after I was in Ghana, don't go to Nigeria next.
They say them the niggas that be scamming. Don't do that.
That's the niggas
they say them the Chicago niggas of Africa. Stop playing.
Ooh shit.
They say Nigeria that you have to pay somebody to avoid all the scamming and all that. You have to call somebody in Nigeria first, and you have to pay somebody to come get you off the plane. Like they get on the plane to come get you out. You don't walk off the plane. You wait. The plane parks and you wait, and they'll come get you off the plane.
Niggas need VIP.
Yeah, no, the guys I know that went to Nigeria, they had armed security, like AK-47 armed security.
Oh shit! So
that's how the baby. Like that's how the baby had to pull up to Nigeria. I remember seeing that video. Damn.
Nigeria ain't finna see me then. Shit.
I've heard Nigerians too.
Yeah, I think
that's too much, man.
Yeah. But it's been about. Go ahead.
Well, okay. Would you collab with Czech?
I did.
I seen y'all do the interview, but I'm saying like, I guess you probably have before. I don't know.
Like go out somewhere, like go somewhere.
Yeah, like do a vid with him.
Yeah,
or hope vlog. What do you want to call it?
I know he'll be in Africa for a while. He told me so. If he'll be, and maybe like we could probably hit Angola together. I got his number, so I'll ask him what he can do about that.
Yeah.
But it's been about 15 minutes. So I gotta bring some new callers in.
All right, bro. Appreciate you for having me on here.
Appreciate you.
Same.
So I see a lot of people. Somebody said that South Africa is lame. I've never heard that, because I've heard that South Africa was just like the United States. which that doesn't mean it's lame or not. But they said that first of all, if we want to talk about what men really want to talk about, the women in South Africa make it lit. I mean, look at me. I'm going back to Thailand for a woman that lives in Thailand. She's from South Africa. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. That girl that lives in Thailand that's from South Africa, she could have me. Not yet, I gotta we gotta vet and we gotta date first, you know what I'm saying? But based off what I see, I didn't seen enough. But we gotta keep our eyes open at all times. Salute Austin. What African country is best for a young monger and that is safe and that is country safe? Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda. That's it. The other one you ain't really go. I mean, Ghana's good for mongering too, right? But I didn't do that really while I was there. They got some bad chicks in Ghana, but it's not in abundance. It's not like places like we know in Brazil, you can walk down the street and it's just beautiful women everywhere. You go to the beach, it's beautiful. You go to the mall, if you guys go to the malls in Brazil, especially in Salvador, you can go there to buy a shirt real quick. You'll be in that mall 3 hours. I did it. I went in the mall just to get my phone recharged. That was supposed to take 20 minutes. I was in that mall for 3 hours. I even called Fred. I was like, bro, you need to come up here to the mall. I called Floyd. You need to come to the mall, bro. They in here. They in here today. So places in Africa that's like that, Nairobi's like that. Like 100%. Like you can go somewhere in Nairobi. You can go to a damn restaurant in Nairobi and you won't be able to leave. You won't be able to. You guys got to get outside the United States. It's so many places you can go to outside the United States, and you go to basic places like restaurants and the gym, and you can't leave. I've been to gyms in Brazil. My workouts are usually an hour, hour and a half. It's been sometimes I've been in that gym 3-4 hours. I couldn't leave. How could I leave? I couldn't leave. Colombia is like that. You go to the mall in Colombia, you can't leave. You go to the restaurant in Colombia, you can't leave. So instead of dealing with what you're dealing with in the States, the attitude, the entitlement, you can go to Nairobi. There's not going to be, you might run into some chicks here. And I'm not going to make it all sweet. There's some countries that you can run into. Like I've ran into some chicks that seem a little Americanized here in Nairobi, like 5%, 10%. It's rare. You might run into that in some of these countries, but for the most part, it's not going to be discouraging. See, United States, you'll run into it so much, it'll discourage you. Like, man, I'm done with this shit. For example, I went to Brazil. I seen all I needed to see. My life was changed. I got back home. I was discouraged. I said, I don't even know. Why would I even try to go get it anyway? Let me just cut hair, get my funds back up, pay for my ticket, go back to Brazil, enjoy the beach, enjoy the music, enjoy the nice people, enjoy the new culture, enjoy everything about being in a new place. I come back to the States, I can't do it. I can't do it. The United States used to be, even when I was in high school, like in 2013, 2014, 15, you could go to the mall, meet some women, or I guess they were girls for me back then because I was in high school. And you could have a good time. That's not really a thing in Dallas no more. That's not a thing in Arlington. That's not in Austin. It's a little better. In Houston, I heard it's a little better, but still, it's not. It's just not what it used to be. You go to these places. I'm gonna tell y'all this too. If you're watching my content and you're inspired, you need to travel like as soon as possible. Because in Africa, the stuff that's happening in the States is slowly coming over here. You got like 5 to 10 more years before it's over with. If something doesn't change. The only thing that could change is like Western society being number 2 in the world, in the East becoming number 1. Places like China and Russia, and they take over, and then maybe things will be a little different. But that probably won't be good for us. But as far as how people behave, it'll be better. But you need to start traveling right now, like now. Why do you think I haven't been back? I'm gonna enjoy this last little bit of good life while we got it. Matter of fact, I was on Tinder. I don't use Tinder like that, but I was on Tinder and I seen a chick, a Kenyan chick in Nairobi. Her bio said, "I need the 360s, the 6 feet, 6 figures, and 6 inches." I'm like, she's been watching too much YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. She's been watching. It's coming around the world. Eventually, the whole world will be like that if the United States remains number 1. So enjoy it while you can. Stop hesitating. Even if you can't even move overseas, 2 weeks. Just spend 2 weeks to find out the truth of how things should be going. Spend 2 weeks of what it's like to deal with women that are pleasant, that appreciate you. Spend 2 weeks of what it feels like to not have the identify as a tomato plant and shit, all the gay stuff shoved down your throat. Feel 2 weeks of what it feels like to eat good food that's not processed. I went to a farm today in Nairobi and I recorded the fruits. The fruits and vegetables don't even look the same. Spend 2 weeks opening your mind up. Spend 2 weeks doing that. That's the best. I mean, it changed my life. That's how I'm a YouTuber now, because I spent I only needed a week. Really, I needed a day. Spend that time while you can. And somebody said I would travel if I had a better paying job. I'm gonna let you know right now. To go to Colombia for 9 days, you only need about $2,000. If you're in Miami, you need a $300 round trip ticket. Get you a cheap Airbnb if you can't afford a nice one. Get something. Go over there. Just make sure it's safe. Get $300. That's $600 right there. If you got 2,000, I mean you got $1,400 left over. The average Uber, and first of all, a SIM card for that 9 days was $5. A Virgin Mobile, they still have Virgin Mobile down there. A Virgin Mobile SIM card in Medellin was $5 for 9 days. $5. An average meal at a nice restaurant in Medellin was like $10. $10. It does not cost as much as you think to travel. Everybody can put $2,000 aside in 12 months. If you can't put $2,000 aside in 12 months, you need to keep working. Put $2,000 aside. Save your money. And just experience it. Once you get that experience, that's all you need. Because for me, that's all I needed, right? I got that experience. The first time I went to Brazil, I said, I got to get the fuck out of the United States. I said, I got to get the hell out of there. This is nothing I've never seen. I went back again. I said, now I really got to go. Then I became a YouTuber. Then I went to Colombia. I said, it's like that here too. I really got to go. Listen to me. I'm telling you. Experience it one time. You'll never be the same. Because I'm not the same. When I got back to the States, when I got back from Brazil, everybody knew something was different about me. My mom told me I was checked out. She said mentally, she could tell I was checked out. I was checked out. I was checked out. I couldn't look at nobody the same when I got back home. I couldn't. I couldn't look at nobody saying. Austin Holleman is not lying to you about none of this. You guys see, I show you the women. I show you the prices I pay for the food. I show you the price of my apartment. I show you, I even tell you how to save money on the flights. I show you how much I pay for the Airbnbs. I show you the price of the Ubers and the Yangos. When I got to Tanzania, I once rode for 20 minutes for like $3. A 20-minute Uber in Dallas will cost you like 40, 50 bucks. One way. Experience it. The United States is now charging like $5,000 to renounce your citizenship. There's a reason why. Because people are seeing that, okay, if I can make money here or have enough saved here, I can go live my life 10 times better over here. I'm not lying to you about none of this. I mean, look, I'm leading by example. You see, I haven't been back. And when I do go back, I'm not going back to stay. Exactly. So we're going to bring the next two people. But like I told y'all, the first three people, if you wanted to get on the panel, you got to drop $5 in the Cash App. Otherwise, I'm going to keep going on a solo rant. Why I'm not on a rant? If somebody in the comments said, don't let the IRS get your money. When you move, the best thing you can do for your taxes is move outside the United States. I've been outside the United States 9 months now. I have a huge tax benefit. But do not ever, like MJ said, do not ever renounce your citizenship. If you renounce your citizenship, all these benefits I'm talking about, they go away. Like I got held up by the police recently here in Africa. Had I not been a U.S. citizen, it probably wouldn't have been as good. But because I'm a U.S. citizen, it went well. So your U.S. citizenship still helps. Do not ever, I never told you to renounce your citizenship. Don't ever do that. But what you do need to do is get a second citizenship. Because eventually, being a U.S. citizen won't be so great to go to certain countries. Like right now, a U.S. passport in Venezuela is not a good idea. It's really not. But I have a homeboy. Well, he's not a homeboy. He's a grown-ass man. A friend of mine has a Brazilian citizenship and he has a Brazilian passport. He went to Venezuela with no problem. Make sure you get, and I'm still working on this myself, make sure you get dual citizenship somewhere else. The easiest place to do it is in Africa. I'm just waiting on these Kenyans to give me my citizenship because they keep saying it in the comments. I'm just waiting for the president to reach out and give me my citizenship. It's probably not going to happen. But Ghana, do your blood work. Do your blood work. If you got a lot of one African country, go a lot of these African countries will naturalize you, meaning that say, hey, you got enough blood in Ghana, we'll give you citizenship here. You're one of us. Do that. And no, you do not have to go back to the United States, from my understanding, to maintain citizenship. The United States is all about money. They're a corporation. You file your taxes, you pay taxes. From my understanding, that's all they worry about. But go back every now and then. But yeah, you'll never get around. So if you don't file taxes as an expat, that won't be good either. Do not do that. File taxes. I filed taxes last year. I'll file taxes every year as long as I have my U.S. citizenship. But learn the tax code, read the book, Tax-Free Wealth. Read the book, Tax-Free Wealth, and learn how to save on taxes. Let me tell you a strength about the U.S. citizenship. When I was in Salvador Bahia, The average Brazilian, they go through a process to get an apartment. Do you know? I didn't have to show anything. She knew I was a tourist. She knew I was from the United States. She said, "Which apartment do you want? That one? Okay, give me the first payment." In the States, you can't even do that unless you got, excellent credit and all that. But in the States, they're gonna run your credit. They want this deposit, the first last month. They're gonna do all this shit. The Brazilians go through the same thing. But you being a US citizen, you don't go through that. Take advantage of your privilege while you can, because it won't be here forever. You can get your blood tested, from my understanding, for your African ancestry for about $300. But you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this live stream because we haven't had nobody drop $5 on the Cash App, so we don't have any more callers. I hope everybody got their questions in. If you have any more super chats, any final questions, please leave a super chat. We had Christian Banus drop a $5 Cash App. Is that you? If that's you, see, I don't even know if that's you, but you dropped a $5. Okay, you sent $5, but you're not in the waiting room. So click the link at the top if you want to join, because I did get your Cash App. So this will be our last caller, I guess. But yeah, in Africa, there is no credit. In Brazil, they do have credit, though. But they didn't need to run my credit because I was a U.S. citizen. And I'm pretty sure at some point, like if you want to get a loan from a Brazilian bank, the U.S. citizen, I don't think that's going to help you too much. Floyd said he's coming through, so we're going to wait on Floyd, too. But Christian, you dropped a $5 Cash App. Join the... And yes, there is credit in Kenya. I did see that. I've been seeing billboards where they talk about, you can get this car for this many monthly payments. So they do have it in Kenya too. But a lot of, like Tanzania, they don't have that. They're buying their cars cash there. TJ, the DJ ENT, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Mike O says, I'm going to Rio in February for 7 days. How much money should I bring? So it sounds like you may be going during Carnival, which I'm assuming. The last time I was in Rio, you could do good off of and that was February. I was there and I was doing good off of $20 a day as far as buying food, drinks, and all that. But when I went in October, late October. That was November. November 2nd was when I went there for 7 days. November 2nd to the 9th. From that period, I probably only spent $500. And y'all know me, I was out every day. So to play it safe, I would say bring $100 for every day, because you'll be a tourist. You're staying 7 days, so you're going to be outside every day. Bring $100, $700 worth of spending money. You're not going to spend all of it, because I brought $700 for my first time, and I only spent $400 on food and drinks. So if you stay for 7 days, $700, but you won't spend all that. That's just for food and drinks. That's it. The Ubers, they're so cheap, you really don't need to account for. Like Ubers, you might spend maybe $50, $60 that entire time you're there. But the flight and the hotel, you should know that by now, though. You can find that out just by going on those websites. But being on the ground, that's what I'm talking about. We got Floyd right here.
How you doing, man?
What's going on?
Man, living life in Brazil, man. Living life.
How's it going out
there? Good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. So living in Brazil has been a good experience, traveling overseas. Man, I am extremely happy, man. You are my inspiration, man. You really are, man. You You're the reason why I travel now. If I hadn't seen your channel before, bro, I would still be miserable in the United States, just miserable. But ever since I watched your videos, I've been traveling, bro, and I can't
Yeah,
wait to come
we traveled together. We've traveled together, and Floyd is happy. Trust me.
to. And I will be coming to Kenya. And I know I said it before that I would come, but a lot of stuff happened to me, unfortunately. And I had to postpone a lot of things. But it's for sure, I got to apply for the visa this week. And hopefully it doesn't take long. How long did it take you to do the visa?
3 days.
3 days. All right. Well, I'm going to get on that soon. And trust me, I'm coming to Kenya, man. I got to be with my peoples, and I feel like, I can't be a traveler and not go to Africa. That's just, I got to go to Africa. So I can't wait to come to Kenya, man.
Yeah. So another thing about the visa in Kenya is $50 for 30 days. Is it 30? No, it's 90 days. $50 for 90 days. But if you love Kenya, for 5 years, you can stay for $150. So it's a no-brainer if you love it.
And so if I do the 5-year visa, if I decide to go back to the States for reasons, right? Would I be able to come back to Kenya without any hassle of going through customs or immigration or, whatever they got there?
Yeah, it's visa. Yeah, it's a multiple entry, so you can leave as many times you need to and come back, just like you would as a citizen.
Oh man, that sounds awesome, man. I've been dying to come to Kenya, man. I really want to go to Kenya, man. I think being around, it'll be great, man. I think it'll be a great thing to go there. So,
yeah, you'll love Kenya. Everything is in Kenya. Everything, electricity, the Ubers work. You can pay with card everywhere. They got malls. They got movie theater. They got everything in Kenya. Everything.
yeah, I'm gonna end up getting. I'm probably gonna end up getting me an apartment there. Oh man, my signal. My bad.
Good.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Yeah, man, but I'm gonna try to get an apartment there too, because I'm I'm tired of the States, man. Like I want to fully move overseas. I'm just like personally, I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of scared because it's like, you just used, even though I don't really like being in the States, you're just used to being there. You know what I mean? And to make that full transition is going to be like really hard. I mean, I could do it, but it's going to be kind of hard,
You was already gone for like 4 months though.
Yeah, you right. You're right about that, man. I just got to get that mindset. I gotta get fully out of the United States, like fully out. And the best way to do it is to actually get an apartment overseas, and that's the next goal for me right now. Because everything's cheaper, man. Everything except electronics.
Yeah, you got to get that full responsibility. Once you get the responsibility, you're obligated to stay. Like when I signed my 1-year lease in Brazil, I was like, yeah, okay. The feeling hit me. I was like, I really live here now. Like I don't have to go back.
Nah, I'm pretty sure that's go ahead.
I said, once you do that, you'll stay.
Yeah, that's a good feeling, man. Trust me, I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna do it, and then when I get my apartment, I'm gonna pay everything in advance, so that way, if some BS happens, everything's covered. You know what I mean? You got to pay in advance if you can. If you can.
Yeah.
If you can.
Yeah. But you'll be good. I know you'll do good. You didn't already stay long enough overseas. You in the past year, you've been to Brazil like what, a month, and then you went to Asia. You were in Asia 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, I love Asia, man, but I love, my thing is Asia's cool, but Brazil's better, and going to Kenya will be even better. But I ain't gonna say the reasons, but you should already know, man.
You got to experience Kenya. Every Black American needs to come to Kenya. Every single one of us.
Yeah, you can't be. For me personally, I can't be a Black traveler if I'm not going to Africa. I got to go to Africa, man, and it's almost like an obligation. So I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna have a good time. I might like. I should like it. I should like it.
You'll like it. There's not much you can't like.
Yo, Auston.
Go ahead.
Bro, confidence that you're doing for the Black community. I have one question.
Uh-huh.
My question is,
they make you like when you was going like traveling to Africa, if you did any like shots, was it required or anything like that?
So far the COVID, I've never been asked for that in Africa, but you absolutely almost for every African country you need the yellow fever shot. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, that's something I did hear. My bad for the background. I'm on my way to the Philippines, and I'm in this airport. Yeah.
You good? You good? Yeah, the yellow fever is a mandatory, but other than that, you only need your passport and yellow fever shot to come to Africa.
Yeah, I already got the yellow fever
I
vaccine.
appreciate that.
Yeah, how are you doing? So I was gonna say, I just follow what you do. So I'm actually I'm African. So my mom is from Rwanda, but my dad is actually from it's a little bit mixed, but it's from the West Africa. So I was watching like a bunch of the things that you were doing on like I was waiting for that that part when you went to Senegal because I used to live there. So I was looking at that. I was like, man, you got to do more like when you go to Senegal.
Like what?
Because like when you went there, like most of the stuff actually start late, so they start by 2 a.m. and people stay out until like sometimes 9 a.m. and stuff like that. But
Wow.
that
And I was just saying, wow.
yeah, like most of the stuff like they usually start like kind of late, so by like when you go out like at like around 11 midnight, like you would see like a few people coming out, and then like the places they're gonna start to be full like by like after that. So that was just one thing, but I like a bunch of things you did, especially on the east, like like the east side of Africa. My mom is from there, but I've never been. I mean, I went there when I was like one, so I don't really remember. I don't really know how it is. So
Yeah, I'll go back to Senegal because I loved it there. I loved
if
it.
if you were to go back, like even if I could, I would actually send you like like tell you, "Oh, okay, you should go to this place at that time and stuff like that," because I know a few people there, and I know like so I know a few people in the area. I know like a few places and stuff like that. I currently live in New York, so but I'm still like I'm going like once in a while. I was there last year, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say, yeah, like I said, I love Senegal. Everything about it, except for that scamming they were doing. But the nightlife, I heard a lot of people say that there was a really good nightlife, but I was
It's
like,
it's
damn, 1 a.m. and there's nobody out. I was like, even if they come later, I was like, man, I don't like to be out until 6 a.m. and stuff like that.
yeah. It's usually when it starts, like, and especially I don't really know like I know like I don't maybe like it starts like late, like it kind of starts late. People would come like they would get like out like late. That's just how it is. Like, and sometimes like people would go to like eat food. They would go to eat food like together in some place, and then they would go out. And then at a point you're gonna see like the places are gonna be packed, like totally packed, like every single place. Like, cause I know like a few places that you went to, they're gonna be packed like like at a given time. But it was still nice because you did like I never did the quad because I see my friend like doing that when they go, they do the quad, they go to these places, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Because I got there to Senegal around 5 a.m. and when I was going to my apartment, it was almost 6 a.m. And I
Mm-hmm.
did notice there was a lot of people at the clubs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Still at 6 a.m. That's
Yeah,
out. But that's just so late, man. That's just so late to be out.
yeah, that's like that's kind of like the African way, like that's how they do it there.
Yeah, because I know in Thailand and Brazil, you could get to the place at 9, 10 o'clock. Really, Thailand 24/7 because there's so many tourists, they're always out. But in Brazil, you can get there 9 p.m. It'd be a good amount of people, 10, 11, it'd be packed.
Mm-hmm.
Nairobi, it really doesn't start jumping here till like 11, 11:30.
Mm.
That's
Okay.
decent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
you was
never
just
been
saying
to
like that in
Brazil.
Argentina.
It's like that in Argentina too.
Yeah, it's like that in Argentina. I have visited the capital and stuff, and they usually don't start till like midnight to start partying and stuff.
Yeah, and
And
that's decent. That's decent, but damn, 2 a.m.
yeah, I mean that's what I was doing when I went there on vacation. That's what I was doing. So I hadn't been in a while, so I would like call my friend, and then they would come pick me up, and they would take me. But by the time they come pick me up, it's actually one something. You go out like by 2, and you end up being out like a while. So
Yeah, because that means if things don't start jumping at until 2 a.m., that means that you pretty much have to give up your whole next day.
right, right. That's what yeah, that's what I would do. So I would
Yeah, he
go.
ain't lying.
You wake up like you usually wake up like by like something like 2 p.m., something like that. But you're on vacation anyway, so.
Yeah,
You,
yeah.
you know what I think countries should do for like people that want to go there? They should have an on demand visa, like you on arrival. My bad, on arrival visa. Like when you go there, you should be able to get in as long as you pay your fee.
Yeah,
You know what I
Tanzania
mean?
and Ghana was like that. Ghana, I bought mine ahead of time, but I did see when I got there was a visa on arrival line. But I don't think it's for U.S. citizens though.
Yeah, yeah. Like Kenya is. See, I just like to be able to get up and go. You know what I mean? I really don't like applying in advance and then having to plan
Yeah,
it out. I just like to get up and go. You know what I mean? Because it's like you're eager to go there and explore the country, but is my audio bad?
No, you fine. I mean, it's
no, you
cracking a
good
little
on
bit.
my end.
Oh, okay. It might be on my end then. But yeah, man, just going to Kenya and going to these other countries. I like to get up and go and explore. I don't like waiting 3 to 4 days to be approved for something. I'm like, I heard they're supposed to get rid of that. What was that visa thing in Kenya soon or something? I heard about that.
Yeah. Now, if you get dual citizenship in Africa, you can go to most countries without getting a visa, which is a benefit for U.S. citizens. Most places in Africa we have your visa, but like the Kenyans, they can fly to Ghana without a visa, Tanzania without a visa, Rwanda without a visa. But for us, we have to get a visa.
You would think it'd be
Hey,
the
Austin, how
opposite.
long did it take? Hey, how
Uh,
long did it take for you to get your visa for Vietnam?
Three. It usually all places usually only took about 3 days, except for Ghana. It took 7 days. But
Okay,
Vietnam,
okay.
Cambodia, it took 3 days. Uh, Kenya took like 2 days, and then I got my Uganda, Rwanda visa, East African visa, and that took 3 days too.
Okay, I'm gonna hit Cambodia trip as well because of your video.
Which one?
Cambodia,
Cambodia.
the
Yeah, make
capital of the
sure.
city.
I would
Yeah.
say though, it's dope. It's a dope experience, but you got. I would either go out there with somebody and have a solid tour guide because I started getting bored after a little while, like by the third day.
Mm, okay. Yeah, I don't like that.
But Vietnam was the shit. Vietnam,
Dang, now you
you,
got me regretting getting the Cambodia visa.
I mean, still go though, still go because your experience may be different. I think in Cambodia they got some beautiful
Right.
Cambodian women out there for sure. But
What's
Vietnam,
your my bad for coming. What was your I heard you say you was going back to Thailand if I didn't mistake you. What's your
yeah,
favorite city in Thailand you've been for?
Bangkok, hands down, because Bangkok they got a lot of malls. There's always something. There's always something
Okay,
to do in every city, every major city, major tourist city. Like Chiang Mai, there was stuff to do,
right.
but it was like being in the States where like people didn't get out until 11, 12 o'clock at night on a Friday. But in all the other cities, it's
Okay.
24/7. Like Bangkok, if you want to go hang out at 11 a.m., there's stuff going on. You want to hang out at 2 p.m., there's stuff going on. 2 a.m., 8 p.m., everything is lit all day long.
And
Yeah, man. Thailand is where it's at.
Bangkok though.
Yeah.
Bangkok and Batam both like that. Phuket too.
so, what
Yeah,
are
I
the
just
next? What are the next place that you're gonna go to then? After that, like.
After I go to Thailand, in about a month, I'm gonna go to South Africa, and then I'm gonna do. Let me see what the poll says. I think I'm gonna do Angola. Everybody's saying in the poll go to Angola, so I'll go to Angola.
No, do
And,
Cape Verde.
huh?
Do Cape Verde.
You think so?
Yeah, Cape Verde. Yeah.
It's expensive getting to Cape
Yeah,
Verde
I heard
though.
a lot of good things
Uh,
about Cape Verde.
yeah, I think you should. I mean, yeah, you know.
yeah. Do your research for every country you visit, man. Do your research. Always be ahead of the game. That's what I say.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no doubt.
Angola, Angola for sure though, because
Mhm.
Luanda looks a lot like Brazil.
Where? Luanda?
Luanda, Angola.
Mm.
Man, I personally, man, I wish he was back here in Brazil, man. I really do. I wish he was back here. For me, it doesn't feel the same hanging out with you, Fred. It doesn't feel the same without you being in Brazil. I
Where are
mean, it's
you
still.
at?
I'm in Rio right now.
How do you feel about Rio?
Well, I'm gonna be real with you, man. Rio is it's good for vacationing and having fun, but living here, I couldn't do it. I probably would live in Salvador or Sao Paulo if I were to move. But Rio is just like a vacation spot for tourists and stuff like that. So
So I'll tell
that's
you, have you been to Madureira?
Medal or what say again?
It's a neighborhood in the north side of Rio called Madureira.
Oh no, I haven't been there yet. I've been to Lapa, Central, and I've been to Copacabana when I went to that beach with my date, and that 400 Caparina thing happened. I felt stupid, but hey, things
What,
happen, man.
what you need to do is you need to go to Barra da Tijuca, which is a suburb west of Rio. It's take you like 20 minutes to get there. Go to Barra da Tijuca. It's very like America there. Madureira is very local. They got some bad bitches over there.
I'm gonna have to check it out, man.
Yeah.
My Tender. I've been getting a lot of likes on Tender, and it's been crazy. You know,
But Madureira is dangerous
yeah,
as
I,
fuck.
I'll have to bring somebody with me, man. I wanted
I
Fred
mean,
to come to Rio with me, but he didn't want to go.
I wouldn't go to Madureira by myself. I mean, I would now that I've been there 4 times. But the second time I went to Madureira, there was like a drug territory, a gang territory, some shit like that. And there was a dude with a mask on outside, and he was directing traffic with a tech in the
Oh
street,
no!
in
Oh
the streets.
no!
That's like some shit you see in a movie.
Yeah, that's scary. That's real scary, man.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
seen you. I seen you on a video speaking about that story.
yeah. It's very dangerous. Do not walk. There's a little area where Casablanca, Rio is at. Don't walk outside of that area. It's too dangerous.
I'll have to do
They
my
got,
research before going there. I'll have to look into the do's and don'ts.
yeah, they got some beautiful women there though, man. I met some beautiful women in Madureira, but it's dangerous.
Brazil has a lot of beautiful women, man. I love Brazil. I just gotta get the language down pat, man. If I can get like 30% of the language, I think I'll be fine. You know,
Yeah,
that's how I think.
try to
Yeah,
do
go ahead.
Florianópolis while you're out there too, because I need to go there too.
Yeah, because me and Fred want to go there to Flor. Yeah, he said something about Florianópolis. Me and Fred want to go there, so I'll check it out.
Yeah, Florianópolis and do Amazonas while you're out there too. Amazonas, São Luís. That's over there by Fortaleza. They got some
I'll,
it's nice
I'll,
over there
I'll,
too.
I'll probably have to do that after the Africa trip, man. Because once I get everything done this week, I plan on applying for that visa. And the moment I'm approved, I'm going to Africa. So I'm trying to get there so I can hang out with you and you can show me around Kenya, man. I haven't been around Kenya. It'll be my first experience.
Yeah,
But
reach
yeah,
out to me before you come here though, so I can know, because I'll be jumping around for a while.
all right, I'll reach out ahead of time, man. You'll know ahead of time.
Thank you, Amar Lewis, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it very much. But guys, we're at the 2-hour mark right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this live stream. I appreciate y'all coming through. Thanks for the good conversation. Anonymous said Floyd isn't coming to Africa though.
I'm coming to Africa, bro. I'm coming. Unless something happens to me in between that time, I'm coming to Africa, man. I've already got it in my mind and I'm going, man. I already got my tender set there and everything. I've been cold approaching in Brazil, so you already know I'm coming to Africa. Everything's set to Africa right now. It's set to Kenya. So I'm coming. I got too many matches right now, man. I'm talking to two. Let me keep it down. I'm talking to people in Africa right now. So
Yeah. You know, we'll talk outside of this. I'll hit you up after this. So we'll keep in contact.
all
But I
right, man.
appreciate
Well,
you through.
I'm gonna get up
I
off of here, man.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
I
All right, my
appreciate
man.
having me up on here.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all coming. All right.